So venye alitaka kulala na mimi, he struggled to open my legs because he was you know, watu wanene, ni mtu amekula. So thank God for that, otherwise ange succeed. Thank God haku manage. As he was struggling, he took a lot of time. Imagine, you know, I don't know how to open up my legs because for many years nilikuwa nimeishi nimeketi. I could not open up my legs. This joint they were very stiff. So he took a lot of time trying to open up my hips. And this time my sister came. And the plan backfired. And I didn't tell my mother. I was like, si hata irangeni rape tu hata aniue, you know, kitu kama hiyo. It could be a better side for me. It could be better. But again, I was like, na mamangu si atalia sana because my mom loved me so much. He could be there for me. Even when time I was crying, he could just be there crying with me. You know, he could not leave me alone. He was just there. Tungekaa na yeye jioni, mchana tuko tu na yeye. Because I had no other friend except my mother. But still, sikuweza kumopen up nimwambie, this guy alikuja akajaribu kunirape because I was feeling like, to me it could be a better thing. Si hata irangeniua tu ningekuwa better thing. Plus sasa kuambia mamangu kitu kama hiyo, ataamini na venye anaamini huyu mtu. So I didn't. In fact, even now my mother didn't hajui your story, hajui. Na sionagi sense ya kumwambia now that ni vitu za kitambo. I stayed home. So for that time I stopped nikamwambia hapana sitaki therapy. So we enda tu staki therapy. So mama hakujua ni nini. Alimwambia tu I'm busy. Plus alikuwa frustrated bona nilikata. Plus alikuwa anaogopa maybe naweza msema. So hakuwairudi tena. So I stayed home until when God came through. Nikapata mtu atanitoa home anipeleke shule. So it was I was already grown up. So it was hard, like sasa mimi nirudi class 3. But thank God it was this during Kibaki era where free education ilirudi. So when nilirudi shule, like kulikuwa na watu wakubwa hata kuniliko. So that encouraged me that nimerudi shule. Na ile shule nilienda ilikuwa ya watu walemavu. Na pia shule yenye si ya walemavu. Kulikuwa na like is a normal school. Within it kuna special class for people with disability. So ningelala huko, ningekula huko, but nilikuwa nasoma na watu normal because my brain was okay and the school was for Down syndromes. So tungesoma na wao. So I stayed there. At least it was good for me. At least nilikuwa nakula. My diet was at least good. Nilikuwa naangaliwa vizuri, nikapewa wheelchair. And you know, bado huko nilikuwa napewa therapy. At least now in a very a good environment. And nikasoma. And thank God my self-esteem increased. I was number 16. The second time I was number 7. Third time I was number 1. So you can see, and sikuwa itoka number 1. Kwa number 1 ama number 2. Number 1, number 2. So I was really determined to study. And I was like, nitasoma sana, ni change the life of my family. Because I was feeling I'm the one who messed up them. I'm the one who make them poor. I'm the one who make my sisters not to go to school. I'm the one who make my father to abandon us and all that stuff. When my dad, taking you back, when my dad told me that I'm better dead, it really pained me, though I don't know how painful for a child go through. But right now I can know that I was going a very tough time because niliacha kumwita dad, because I was like, venye huko watoto wanapendwa na wazazi wao, mbona babangu hanipendi maybe because niko na disability na mimi nilitaka kuwa na disability. So hiyo pain ilinifanya hadi nimchukie sana. Nikamchukia na nikaambia mamangu huyo si babangu, because I could not relate as a kid. Babako venye anaweza kuambia you better dead, and yet uko nje unaona how wazazi wana embrace watoto wao. but wewe amekuchukia kwa sababu uko mgonjwa na si kutaka kwako. So I hated my dad so much, hadi tungepika food home na tumwekei. That hate nilimchukia sana, sikumrelate kabisa anaweza kuwa baba yangu. So I had to think, sasa venye nimekuwa mkubwa na niko shule, niko class 8, kwa nini nachukia babangu hivyo? Because aliniambia I'm better dead. So I decided to reconcile with my dad. Yeah, I decided to reconcile, though it was not that easy. I was trying, but ninakumbuka tu aliniambia kitu mbaya. Ninaenda tu kumwongelesha, nasikia hiyo kitu inanisukuma nisimforgive. But nilienda tu hivyo nikijaribu nikiomba watu advice, how can I be able to forgive my dad after amenifanyia hivyo. So venye niliingia class 8 bado hatukuwa very good, but alifurahi sana venye nilipita class 8, nikapata 333, and people from my community wakafanya harambee wakanipeleka high school. So from this time alianza kunipenda, and I think alianza kunipenda juu anaona yule mtoto mwenye nilikuwa naona kama ni useless ana perform vizuri even in the region. I was, I think, the position 1 in our region as a district. So hizo news nzuri zikamfanya anze kuona I think she is not just useless. So nikaingia high school, nikasoma, nikamaliza high school. Though there were so many challenges in high school. This time now I'm using wheelchair. You know, joining school with the wheelchair. Kwanza, I remember when I was selecting my school, we were selecting schools, I didn't mention that I have a disability. So I was just called to my school. And it was that time provincial school, now it's a national school. The high school I went it's called Jojo Girls High School. It's in Nyahururu. So when I joined that school, the principal said that I cannot go to that school because they didn't know how to handle me. Like, they don't have ramps, they don't have toilets, special toilet, and I cannot use the normal toilet. They don't know what I normally use, what I normally eat. You know, it was just complicated for that principal. It was hard for her to maintain in the school. So akaniambia, no, huwezi kuja hii shule. You know, hiyo ndio shule nilikuwa nimeitiwa na government. So people had to intervene, na finally nikajoin hiyo high school. There was no ramps, there was nothing. So the student used to carry me, like literally carrying me. But I was determined because I was like, the education is the only way for me to change my family. I had dreams, and I wanted to achieve those dreams regardless of my challenges that I was going through every day. So I managed to score what I scored, and I joined Kenyatta University. I'm doing B.Ed, which I'm about to finish. So when I was still in campus, I decided to talk to my dad and to forgive my dad, because I was feeling maybe, you know, kwa mkumba kuna venye unaanza ku reason out what was going on to your dad when you were at that time. Nikajaribu kujua kwa kiatu chake, nifikirie ningekuwa mimi nikuwa na mtoto kwa na disability hivyo, na ujue anything about disability, wanakuambia umerogwa, watu wanakuambia what could you do. Maybe nikafikiria maybe pengine alikuwa na depression. Unajua ukikuwa mkubwa na you can able to understand what is depression, which I could not be able to reason at that time. So nikaamua to forgive my dad. It was a ceremony. I called my sisters to kind of home, and akakubali, akasema yes, I did something wrong to say that, but sikuwa nataka. Sikuwa nataka, you know, kuona baba kwa kihambo to that level. Akasema sikuwa nataka. It told me that I was so in pressure, you get. So I just forgave my dad. So nikamsamehe tu. And I think kwa Wakikuyu, there's something he did, though I didn't understand. Alichinja mbuzi, tukakula pamoja. And kila mtu akasema amemsamehea, because you know, even my sister were feeling pain, like mbona ulichukia sister yetu hivi, mbona ulituacha when we needed you more. And tukareconcile. It was a very great moment. Yeah, it is memorable to me. And from that day, nikajipenda zaidi, like nikajipenda zaidi. I was like, if at all my dad loves me, it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I'll keep pushing. Yeah. So my dad loved me so much after this, and akakuwa ananionyesha love. I don't know whether it was a way to apologize or something, but nilikuwa na feel loved, you know, something fatherly loved that I lacked for many years. Yeah, so nika feel so much loved, and you know, your feelings too, in no matter what I'm going through, my dad loves me. Si kama ile kitambo when hunge mwambia anything, hata ukipitia shida yote, you cannot tell your dad, yet he's there. So tukakuwa na very good friendship with my dad. And yeah, I was happy even when I was in campus. I remember I think I was in second year. So, you know, in campus there's so many challenges, especially when you don't come from a well-up family. You know, survival, it's lazima survive, you know, without food, without those, you know, like other girls doing a lot of hair. Girls, you know, you have a disability, you may have even excess needs than normal person. So, but I could really soldier on, because at least I could call my dad, you know, hey dad, I don't have food, anakutumia 500, and you are happy about that 500. Like, you can minimize using 10 bob, 20 bob, because you feel appreciated, you feel loved, you know. Unfortunately, 20th of May 2017, my dad passed. And you know, it is the time now it was like few years kutoka to reconcile. It really hit me, like ilinigonga sana, because I was like, God, why did you allow my dad to die? Venye tu tumerudiana, self-esteem yangu ilikuwa poa, at least I can see my dream, girl, I'm going towards my dream, you know. It was really hard. I was on teaching practice back then, and I remember everybody knew that I love my dad. You know, everybody knew that Grace is in good term with dad, and now Grace is okay. So when he died, nobody told me. Like, they failed to tell me that my dad died. I was in school. I was in teaching practice. I was teaching somewhere. So I remember one Wednesday, niliona uncle amekuja to school. Uncle yangu hakuwahi kuja kwa shule, so nilishanga, mbona uncle yangu amekuja shule? Singenipigia simu tu to meet na uko nje. Mbona amekuja shule? So mimi nikasema, pengine tu amekuja kunisalimia. Nilimwonea kwa dirisha, niliona gari yake kwa dirisha somewhere. So after a few minutes, nikaitwa kwa staff room. So mimi nilifikiria vibaya, like, kwani nimefanya makosa gani? When you are student teacher in school, mnakaga tu unafanya vitu kwa mtaratara, usiharibu. So I was like, I hope hakuna kitu nimeharibu, hakuna kitu. So kwenda huko kwa head teacher, nikapata the class teacher in the class that I was teaching. Alikuwa kwa staff room ya head teacher, na head teacher alikuwa huko, and then my dad, and then another teacher mwenye alikuwa CU matron. So venye niliingia, wakaniuliza, Gracie, how are you? Yeah, nikamwambia fine. Why do you think tumekuita hapa? Nikamwambia I don't know unless you let me know. So teacher akaniambia, huyo teacher wa matron akaniambia, you know, lazima vitu zote zina happen for good for those who trust in God. Kitu kama hiyo. So I was like, why that statement? And then after that statement, akaanza kuimba like a prayer song hivi kama they were about to pray. So I was wondering why all these things kwa staff room. Kwa nini tunaomba, kwa nini tunaimba kwa staff room? Kwa nini hawa watu wamekuja hapa? So siku figure out like there's something wrong ilikuwa ime happen. So ndio wakaniambia my dad alipata accident na alikufa. So alikuwa amekufa Saturday. So hawakuniambia Saturday, hawakuniambia Sunday, hawakuniambia Monday, hawakuniambia Tuesday, wananiambia Wednesday ili tukae Thursday tuende tukamzike Friday. It was really tough. And all this time kila mtu anaambiwa niambia, hakuna mtu ananiambia. It was really tough. I remember sikulianga, by the way. I didn't cry. Nilicry too, like mtu amekufa, but hiyo tu, it didn't hit me. And then hiyo kitu ikaniambia inaweza kuwa si my dad. You know, people can confuse. My dad can't die, my dad can't, not my dad. So tulienda kwa uncle yangu, tukakaa hiyo evening. I remember wakikuja kufanya family wale wako Nairobi, juu kwetu ni Laikipia. So wakifanya arrangement venye tutaenda Friday Laikipia, and they were just there talking, and hakuna mtu ananiongelesha. You get, hakuna mtu akona know how to tell, you know, how do we tell her, you know. Hakuna mtu ako hivyo tu, wanataka tu ni observe vitu ndio, alafu mimi nijiambie what has happened. Wakamaliza, and in the morning Friday tukajitayarisha, sasa tunaenda mazishi. Mi kwangu hainihit tunaenda, maybe tunafikiria tunaenda somewhere else, but sio mazishi. Na kama ni mazishi, si mazishi ya babangu. Hiyo kitu ilikata end. I remember tuko on the way, hakuna mtu ananiongelesha. And I'm like, mbona watu waniongelesha? And nikauliza my uncle, where are we going? Tunaenda wapi? And you know, everybody was like, Kai, how do even to eat? Even to this point bado haelewi. Tukaenda kwetu, imagine kwetu kuzika by my dad. Na my dad was a Mokorino, you understand, Mokorino anafuga kirema. So mazishi ya mtu Mokorino inakuwa more of a celebration, si kitu ya kumwona. So watu wanaimba, mimi nilikuwa nachukua tu picha kamera, lakini hit ni babangu. Na tukamzika, na mimi nikarudi Nairobi. Nikaendelea na teaching practice. Bado mimi hiyo kitu hainihit. I kept calling my dad, lakini simu yake ilikuwa inachukuliwa na mtu. Ilikuwa inalia, inazima. To me it was like, pengine ako job, pengine anaweza kuwa alienda church, pengine ako somewhere. So akili yangu ilikuwa inaniambia kabisa ako dead. So nikamaliza teaching practice, then nikaenda home. But I kept asking my mom, mbona babangu achukui simu? Nikimuuliza hivyo anakata simu. Baby alikuwa analia ama alikuwa anafanya something, I don't know. So ni venye nilienda home, ili ni hit kabisa my dad wasn't there. Nilienda home because ikifika 6 my dad alikuwa anafika between 6 to 7. Hiyo time lazima afike home. Na akifika tu lazima ile ya, mmefungia bozi, lazima tu aongea juu ajulikana amefika home. And I was seated there in the kitchen, hoping that pengine nitamsikia. You know, my mind was like, I just need to hear my dad akitoka kwa gate hivi akikuja home. But that day I didn't hear that sound. And it was like, mbona dada amekaa tu hivi sana? And my mama kunijibu alienda tu. So that's when I started thinking, surely, kwani alikufa? Is it true that what I heard, it was true? And that's when now I started mourning my dad. I started asking God so many questions. Why ulichukua dad kwa nini when I was feeling loved? When, you know, my mom by that time alikuwa already sick. My mom because of all these challenges, my mom got sick. alipata pressure the same time, akapata diabetic. So due to this, all this stress and all this depression, and you know, in the village, even mtu akipata depression, nobody knows. Like kila mtu anaonaga stress is part of life, like shida tu ni part of life, because after all, si nyinyi tu mko na shida, kila mtu ako na shida, you get. So my mom got sick, and I think hakuna mtu ningepigia simu hata nimwambie like sina anything, because my mom ako home, hazienda mahali. So I was going a lot of problems. Na hii problems yetu yote nilikuwa na blame God, like God, why did you take my dad? You know that I needed him, and especially at this point when I'm in school. But that is what it is. Alikuwa kabisa ameenda. I had to mourn in a way that God helped me to mourn my dad. But it's part of life. Death is part of life. Because mi nilikuwa kwetu sikuwa hiyo na mtu amekufa. Sistangu alikufa nikiwa mdogo, so I don't know the pain of being kukufiwa na mtu close. So sikuwa yenda mazishi, sikuwa isikia. Nilikuwa tunasikia watu wanakufanga, lakini to my dad ndio ilinihit kabisa that mtu anaweza kufiwa na mtu akienda haezi rudi. Ukimpigia simu you can haezi pick call, and all that the help you got, now you have to survive. But I'm happy that I'm doing well, and God amenisaidia sana kuwa strong despite the challenges that I go through every day. Like you may not have so many people to call, you know, to share with. For example, when I can share with my mother, right now I cannot share with my mother because of what she is going through. Like, it's like adding trauma on top of a trauma. And for her, maybe she has not healed like me, the way I have able to heal over this time. And currently, I think I'm good in terms of accepting that I have a disability. I don't have a dad. I cannot call home maybe to say, because even there's no money at home, and I have so many challenges, you know. I have to survive. I have to live. I have to love myself. I have to push on, and I have to achieve my goals regardless of the fact that I have a disability, because you know disability come with a lot of problems. Like people may not take you as a complete person. There's times even people will perceive you as if even you have a mental issue, only that you have mobility. You know, when you get to a matatu and somebody asks you, hey, na wewe unaenda wapi, uko na fare and all this, it shows you that these people, they really don't perceive you as a complete person, as a person who can reason out very well, you know. But you have to prove that you can. As a woman with a disability, I have to prove the world that I can really do it. I can really make it. I can inspire the world. I can achieve my goals regardless of all these challenges. And I'm soldiering strongly. And yes, many people say that, Grace, how did you make to come out of this called depression? Because it was depression by its kind. It's only that people, they don't know whether when they have depression. I think what I had to is a decision that I had to make, that I will be strong. It's a decision that I made, that I love myself. I will live, because I was missing to die. I will live, and I'll see my generation, you know. Yeah, so it's a decision someone's make, and na si kumaanisha ati hauna shida. Unaweza kuwa yes uko na shida, but it's up to you to decide by, you know, uweke kwa roho yako, yes, I'm going through this and this, but I'll press on, because you don't know when God will come and help you. God uses people. I'm this far because of people. God sent people to help me. Like, my mother could not be able to pay my campus school fees, my high school fees, but God has been using people, you know. So we just to encourage someone that there's no need to give up in life. I missed to die so much. Like I was looking for that death, but the death was sikuwa naipata. You know, I didn't see the sense of living. But today, I'm where I am because I decided that I will live. I will not commit suicide because of the challenges. No, I'll just do my best to make my life better. And the best thing was to love myself and to appreciate myself. Hata kama sitembe, I can move. Even if somebody says that if you cannot run, you can walk. If you cannot walk, you know, you can crawl. If you know, you can all those things. At least every day make a step to make your life better and the life of other people. Yeah. So throughout this time, I realized that I have a talent, and today I inspire the world through music. I'm a gospel artist, and I'm happy that God has been so good to me, helping me realize my purpose in life, my talent, my career. You know, He has helped me realize all this, and I'm doing my best to achieve everything that I have said, and God has said that I'll have. I'm still doing my best. Yeah. When I was going through these challenges, and I discovered that I need to move on with my life, I asked God to heal my heart, you know, to heal me, to heal my heart, because I was feeling ahead. So many people wenye walikuwa wamenitukana, kuniita kiwete, babangu kuniacha, you know, all these things, kujichukia, kutaka kucommit suicide and all these things. So I remember that was my first song where I was asking God to heal me, and God did so. It's called Unitibu, is on YouTube, More Grace Kenya official. Goes like, mimi mgonjwa baba, mimi mdhaifu, naomba kutibiwa nawe, daktari wangu, unidunge sindano, unipe na dawa, unitibu, uniponye. So that was the song that I did, first one, but there are other songs in my YouTube channel. Yeah, so I'm grateful to God for the talent, for the ministry that is in me, that is music. And Kenyans can support me by going there to my YouTube channel and subscribing. Yeah, support me, support my talent, and yeah, that is it. God will bless you. My YouTube channel is More Grace Kenya official. More is M-O-R-E, Grace Kenya official. Those are 3 words. And Facebook page, More Grace Kenya, and all other social media platform, More Grace Kenya.